Good morning, readers. Today we are going to talk about questioning. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and get out your reading, learning, intentions sheet. Fill in the date. Go ahead and write the book that you are reading. And since we are having book club today, it should be your book club book that you will be reading after book club. Today, as a reader, I am working on asking questions that make me think. Readers, we've been noticing as teachers that in book club you're asking a lot of questions of each other, and this is great. It makes for great discussion. However, we want to teach you how to make those questions that can actually enhance your book club discussion and make everyone think rather than questions that are right there. So today we're going to talk about thick questions and thin questions. Give a thumb up if you've ever heard of thick and thin questions. Readers, thin questions are questions that are right there. That means that they're right there in your book or right there in the text. These are questions such as when, where, who, how many, things that can be told or answered just by reading the book. These are questions that for the most part you should be able to answer yourselves because you've read the book. Thick questions go a little bit deeper. A thick question is a question that requires higher order thinking, and the answer is not right there. To answer a thick question, students cannot point at the answer. That means you can't go in your book and look for it. To obtain the answer to a thick question, the student must think and search for the answer. So that means that you have to read and then think about it, and maybe discuss it with your book club. Thick questions are a lot like thick s'mores. You need some time to chew on it. A thin question is like a thin s'more. Unlike a thick question, a thin question is quick to find or quick to chew. Readers, thick questions make us think, and we have to think and search. So these are questions that aren't going to be right there. We would find evidence for the answer, but we may not find a right there answer. So some examples of thick questions would be, why do you think, why if, how would you feel if, what might, why is, or what caused. So, readers, I came up with some thin questions for Edward Tulane. And the thin questions that I thought of were, who is Edward? Where is he going next? How many places has he lived? I also thought of some thick questions. And the first one is, what is Edward learning? And why didn't Abilene like Edward? Right now, I want you to turn and tell your partner the difference between my thin questions and my thick questions. Readers, while thinking of Edward Tulane, I want you to come up with a thick question about the book. Take a look at this Asking Thick Questions chart and use one of these question starters to ask a thick question about Edward Tulane. When you have one in your mind, give me a thumb up. Readers, today you're going to meet with your book clubs. Once you are done meeting with your book clubs, you need to decide what you will read for Thursday. Finally, you will read and write down thick questions as you read so that you can discuss them the next time you meet with your book clubs. Let's make it a great reading day.